On October 27, 2025, the stately halls of the Wake County Superior Court in North Carolina set the stage for a judicial proceeding that would later raise serious questions about fairness and impartiality. The day's calendar included a hearing before the Honorable Judge Matthew Houston. A litigant, a woman appearing on her own behalf, stood before the court. Her purpose was clear and direct. She informed the judge of her intention to file a formal motion for disqualification. This is a standard legal step when a party believes a judge cannot be impartial. The litigant's request for a dismissal from the calendar was met with a swift and decisive denial from Judge Houston. He refused to remove the case from his docket for the day. The judge did not refer the matter of his own disqualification for independent review. Instead, Judge Houston retained control of the hearing. This kept him in a position of power over the litigant who had questioned his fairness. By not stepping aside, the judge ensured he would decide what happened next. That choice created the appearance that any ruling could be biased. After the judge's refusal, the litigant tried to move away from the counsel table. As she turned to step back into the public seating area, her path was suddenly impeded. A court bailiff moved directly behind her. He did not make physical contact, but his action was unambiguous. He stood close and raised his open hands, forming a clear physical barrier. The message was unmistakable and intimidating. She was not free to move. The barrier was a non-verbal order backed by the power of the state. With the litigant unable to leave the front of the courtroom, Judge Houston's attention shifted to a new subject. He directed the court's focus toward a personal item belonging to the woman. The item was a mobile phone. The circumstances surrounding this phone were crucial. The phone was not in the litigant's possession at the counsel table. It was located approximately 5 benches away in the public gallery. It was inside a closed bag. The phone was turned completely off. It was not ringing. It was not vibrating. It was not making any sound. It was not being used for recording. It was not being used for texting. It was, for all intents and purposes, an inert object secured out of sight. Despite the documented facts, the phone was off, enclosed in a bag, located many rows away. Judge Houston found the litigant in direct criminal contempt of court. The judge declared the phone's presence a willful, intentional disruption. This was hard to reconcile with the reality of the scene. Contempt typically involves obstructive behavior, yelling, refusing to follow a direct order, creating a disturbance. Here, the disruption was a silent, powered-down device in public seating. The conduct couldn't reasonably be called disruptive. The contempt finding was a formal judgment with serious consequences. After finding the litigant in criminal contempt, Judge Houston imposed the maximum financial penalty allowed by law. He ordered her to pay a significant fine, but the punishment did not end there. The judge added a severe ultimatum: pay in 7 days, or be arrested and sent to jail. This transformed a financial penalty into a direct threat to her liberty. The short deadline created immense pressure, forcing her to find a large sum quickly. Recognizing her inability to pay, nor receive a waiver, she kept silent. Her income was limited, and she just started receiving widow's benefits. She was no longer entitled to a waiver. That waiver can waive fines for people who can't afford them, preventing poverty-based incarceration. Judge Houston denied the request for an indigency waiver. This denial was a critical and crushing blow. As a final measure, Judge Houston took an extraordinary step. He issued an order that barred the litigant from making any future filings in the court. This order effectively silenced her. It stripped her of the fundamental right to access the court, to file motions, to present evidence, to raise further legal arguments. She could no longer even file the motion for disqualification that had started the entire sequence of events. The ban was a complete and total blockade of her access to justice in that case. The cumulative effect of the court's actions, the bailiff's physical barrier, the contempt finding, the heavy fine, the threat of jail, the denial of a waiver, and finally, the ban on future filings presents a coherent and disturbing picture. When viewed in sequence, they form a clear pattern of unjust abuse of power and retaliation. This chain of events raises serious concerns about judicial bias and the use of court authority to punish a litigant. Abuse is not limited to domestic or physical settings. It can manifest as judicial abuse of power.